Hey, welcome back to a very new video. But if you're new here, my name is Katja and on this channel I talk mostly about K-pop, language studies, books, manga, basically all the things that I love in life. And for this week's video I first need to point out the obvious, and that is that my voice is crooked. Every time when the weather starts to change, today it's the 1st of October, so spooky season is in full swing, my voice, my skin, my body, basically everything is having a freak out because the weather is changing so bad. It's rainy for the past few days and the temperature has been very low, and every time when that happens my body is like, hold on, what is going on? And I can prepare my body for it. Like, I can drink soups, or yeah, well, teas and soups and whatnot, and I make all these home remedies, but nothing seemed to work. My body is just like, oh no, what's going on? Anyway, mostly it just lasts for a week, so hopefully this time around it will be gone by a week from now, so in this entire vlog. Anyway, in this vlog I mostly want to talk about Kiss of Life, their pre-release that will be on Friday. Also, Lisa from Blackpink is releasing some music on Thursday. And what else is going on actually? We'll have to see. I mean, K-pop is popping, especially in October, but it's more like later in October. So I will just go with the flow and we'll see what happens. I also want to study and put some time into my Korean classes. I am pretty far currently with my German studies, so we'll have to see what's going on there. But I think I will actually finish my German studies today for this whole week, and then from tomorrow onwards I will focus on Korean for the most part. And when it comes down to books and manga, there are a few options that I'm considering to read this week. Let's move on to the next clip. So I thought I was gonna read quite a few books this week, but then I got some manuscripts for work. I mean, the Frankfurter Buchmesse is coming up, so that's the Frankfurt Book Fair. Why is it so hard to say in English? I'm so used to say it in German. Anyway, so I'm reading mostly manuscripts, and here and there I hope to read some manga, and then especially from the Apothecary Diaries. I just am obsessed with this storyline, and I just love it. I love the drawing style. I love the storyline. It just makes me want to rewatch the anime. Can somebody please tell me why so much news is dropping the last few days? First up, Jennie, she's coming out with a new single in 2-ish weeks. Less than that, actually. And also, Rosé, let me get it here, is dropping an album. I love the name Rosie. However, I do want to make people aware about the fact that it is a studio album. So that means it could be anything on that album. There could be songs that we already heard. For example, the cover she did for the TV show Pachinko could be on there as well. So just so you don't have your hopes up too high, I mean, we know the Black Label, and I'm really sad actually that Rosé stayed at the Black Label. I mean, if she feels comfortable there, I'm totally fine. But I have just expectations, especially since Rosé, she is just amazing in music and whatever she does when it comes down to producing and stuff like that. But yeah, I have struggles with believing the label, so let's just wait until the 6th of December when the album drops. I am, however, happy for whatever is gonna happen to the album. I am happy that it's a 12-song album. So it's a full-length album, and that's more than I was expecting, to be honest. The last piece of news for today is the R.E.M MV teaser of Kiss of Life dropped as well, And I just love this frame. I would love to frame this, honestly, as a photo and put it on the album, on the shelf when it's here. I just love the colors. I love the nostalgic vibes. It feels so zeros and the tens when it comes down to movies. I think the team really outdid themselves with this one. So yeah, I cannot wait for Friday when the single drops. It's gonna be amazing. The music video is posted. I seriously cannot wait. So here we go. I've watched the music video now a couple of times and my first reaction was, whoa. I never expected them to go with more an R&B sound for their pre-release. Like, we know that Kiss of Life does a lot of R&B and I love that for them. I love that kind of music as well. But this is quite a slower sound, really chill. And it's so funny that this is a pre-release after Sticky and also Mida's Touch. So I think that's quite interesting. Nevertheless, I do really like it and it fits the Kiss of Life aesthetics completely. So I love that. I also love the setup of this music video. It's very chill, it's very they don't make too much fuss when it comes down to cutting scenes. I don't know, I just like how it all fits together. It does make me more curious for the rest of the album because they made some interesting choices when it comes down to their team and, well, maybe the girls as well. I don't know how involved they were in certain decision making. But yeah, I also really love the colors. I like the way how they used filters and how they decided on the aesthetics. Okay, so that was enough rambling. These were my first thoughts after watching the music video. Look what just came in, another envelope. Let's open it up. Recently I found this JPC with a Dutch seller, which you can probably tell with all the nymphy, or how we call it in Dutch, Nijntje accessory. But I'm so glad that I've got this JPC. This was the exact one I was looking for. I am only missing one from Orange Blood, but so far I've completed my J collection, except for that one era. So I'm doing really well. Also, thank you so much for these stickers. They are so cute. Here we go with a small reading update. I finished volume 4 of the Apothecary Diaries and now I will move along to volume 5. However, I think I will be finishing it outside this vlog. Not gonna lie, just being realistic as of right now.
Welcome to the part of this video where I talk but show something completely different on screen. I want to talk about Moonlit Floor by Lalisa from Blackpink. However, this is her third single under her own label. And oh my, wow, I am so happy that we can hear her sing so differently than we have ever heard from her before. Because the thing is, Rockstar made so much sense. It's a performance song, and also the sound. It's so Lisa, it's so La Lisa. New Woman is definitely the start of, well, her New Woman era. And then you get Moonlit Floor with her sweet and cute voice. Like, this song would have never ever released under YG. So this was the perfect timing to do this song for her, and also the order, I think, is very important. Like Rockstar, we were expecting a sound like that from her. New Woman, definitely, yeah, it's showing her New Woman status as a CEO, as a performer on her own. And then we have Moonlit Floor. And then we have a completely different sound. It sounds really poppy. It sounds very a couple of decades ago. And that actually quite makes sense. So if you hear the song and you're like, wait, this sounds so familiar. Well, this song has been sampled, or well, they sampled from another song. And one of the songs is Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. And yes, someone from there, I believe the lead guitarist, if I was correct, and also the writer, he co wrote on this song. I'm a little bit sad because this song holds so many memories to Lisa herself, and she doesn't show up on the credits when it comes down to the writing process. So I really hope that was a mistake and that she co wrote it as well. But yeah, I am really happy for her that she gets to explore this new era, her solo era, with a song that means so freaking much to her. Also, yeah, I can't say it enough, but I like that this is a typical song that would have never ever released under YG.
Welcome to the wrap up bit of this video. I'm not gonna lie, it's a couple of days later. It took me a while to research this music video and to find the things that I wanted to find. Because even though this feels like a really chill and relaxed music video, there's actually a lot of things going on when it comes down to symbolism. So here's the thing. I wrote notes over here and I wrote notes down over here on my computer. First up, something that was standing out to me was one of the lines that talks about twin souls. And then I looked up twin souls, and it basically means intense magnetic attraction and connection. And we already know that there is some kind of multiverse. We know that there are two versions of the girls. The one, if they didn't got into Kiss of Life, and the life they are currently leading, their dream life kind of. And I think it's such a fascinating point, especially when we go and look at the lives they would have lived if they didn't got into Kiss of Life. It especially fascinates me the point of view of Belle, because we all knew that she already worked in the music industry, but she wasn't planning on becoming an idol herself. Honestly, that just blows my mind, because we know how good she is when it comes to vocals. And I mean, being good at vocals and working behind the scenes is still incredibly powerful, especially because she is also a songwriter and a producer. So she would have been fine her life. But then for someone like Natty, who I just feel for, this girl has been through so much to become an idol, and then finally see her living her life. I think that's incredibly interesting. But yeah, coming back to twin souls, it's funny that they actually are meaning themselves, because they live these two separate lives of the one that would have become if they weren't in Kiss of Life, and their lives in Kiss of Life. And I like that they describe it like twin souls, because that means that there is still a connection with the other them, the other me, so to say. And okay, so the title of this music video or song is R.E.M. And if you look at REM sleep, that is the time when you are sleeping that you actually actively dream the most, and those dreams feel super 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 real. It's actually quite funny. I've had a lot of dreams this week, which isn't too crazy due to the full moon, but they felt so realistic. Like, I've been working on my German speaking skills this past week, and it has been intense to dream, because I am someone who practiced her speaking abilities, her skills in her dreams. And I got to this part in the dream that someone said, "Oh well, here's the phone." And I was doing a job interview. I don't get why I was doing a job interview, but then again, I am really busy with work and with jobs and stuff like that. So it is also too crazy, but it's not like I need another job. Like, I'm doing enough. But then she handed over the phone to me, and this other person on the phone talked to me in German. And it was basically part of the job interview that I had to talk back in German. It was wild, and I was stumbling through my German, and it was so interesting because I remember completely what was going on in my dreams when I woke up and how much I was struggling to say everything in German. Nevertheless, I did most of the conversation in German, and I even remember the conversation. And let me tell you, that was some good German. So I am even learning in my dreams. So I know how vivid those dreams can be when you are in your REM sleep. And I absolutely love that they are portraying that, because what I actually want to say with this example is they are living their dream lives, but maybe it feels like they are sleeping. But then again, I thought that for a while, but then I did some deeper research, and something that I didn't notice immediately were all the sunflowers and that they did something. So, for example, there's this scene with Belle, I believe. Yeah, that's in my notes. And there's this flower pot, and it has 4 flowers standing upright. And then you see Hanur in the next scene, and she falls asleep. And then in the next scene, there are only 3 sunflowers standing up, and 1 is down. So that could mean actually that we are in the dreams of Belle, which wouldn't be too crazy because I'm filming this after the teaser's release of the title track. And we see in the first teaser Hanul walking. So I'm really interested how that is gonna go and how much of a plot point that is gonna be, or if that was just by accident, and since the flowers they only face the sun, that it was more something to do with that, because Hanu didn't saw the sun anymore, so she was sleeping, and so that's why also one of the sunflowers were down. But yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised if we are in Hanu's dreams. Something that I do know about Hanul is that her vocals are no joke. You can see that she's getting used to the stage. Well, this isn't exactly a stage, but you can tell that she feels really comfortable in her role, and that she is that also exploring vocally. That's super cool. But then I want to go back to the sunflower, because the sunflower represents so many things. But I think that the Asian way of thinking about the sunflower fits this music video the best. And the Asian thinking about sunflower represents the spiritual enlightenment. And then we go back to the dreams, and that they are living their dream life, and maybe meeting their other half, or basically the other version of them, feels like a spiritual enlightenment. Who knows? I think we'll see a lot of more clues in the title track, but I think it's absolutely bonkers how many meaning they put in such a chill song. I mean, we don't even see a lot of different kinds of scenes, in the sense of it's not oh, what is that music video called from Blackpink? Pink Venom. That felt way too rushed, and there were too many things constantly happening on the screen. This is the total opposite of that, but they still fitted so much meaning. And I think, because at first I was like, is this not maybe too much of a too chill song to put as a pre-release? Because this is not the kind of song that is most likely to blow up. It's the least likely. But maybe that is kind of the point, that they wanted to put out this song with so much meaning and such a great introduction of the storyline of this album, that they just decided to take that risk. And I absolutely love that. I cannot wait for the behind the scenes documentaries that they always make, and to hear their team talking about this, but also the girls, of course, how this all came to be. Because this is a risky move to make, to have this totally vibes and chill music video as a pre-release. Anyway, a lot of food for thought. I hope that you liked this video and my explanation. I mean, there's probably still so many things more left in this video. I know there is, but I've been rambling on for way too long, and I cannot wait for next week when the album will release. Also, together with Itzy, their album, with Leah back. It's just gonna be an exciting time, and I hope you are just as excited as I am. And that concludes this video for now. So I hope to see you next time. Have a lovely day. Bye!